makes me think I'm drinking.
Oh yeah, how's sober October going?
Well, let me tell you something. Me and T-Dog are very fun people, but it's weird when your personalities, you're drinkers, and then you're not drinking. Like it's a weird feeling.
Your whole life's different now. Your whole life's different. Yeah.
Like I wake up with motivation, you know, like I'm gonna get shit done today.
How many projects have you had lined up already?
Dude, I mean, dishes are always done. Like trash is out right away. Like I'm getting sleep. Like
you're
like,
waking up. You're waking
thing?
up on time without an alarm, shit like that. Yeah, that's
like I mean, yeah, my natural body's like, okay, you can get up at 7 and you feel great, and I'm like, I'm not. No,
it's odd. It's odd. Trust
it's
me.
throwing me for a loop.
What day am I up to now? This is interesting. I keep timers. I'm on day 29 of no booze right now, so I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna drink this weekend. I've got a hankering, but the thing is, I'm not drinking out of boredom anymore. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're only drinking during Eagles games, so we have a 3-hour stretch on Sunday, and that's it. That's all we're drinking for. So
you could put down a lot in 3 hours. If you have a mission.
Oh yeah. We have a system, you know. Those 3 hours are put to good use, but it's just it's I don't know, dude. It's hard to explain. Like I don't know how like just sober people do it for the rest of their lives. I just enjoy drinking. It's like maybe I'm a different breed because it's not like I stopped drinking and then started shaking. You know, like
you sound like one of those people. I'm different, bro. I'm built different. I go beast mode with that shit.
Well, see though,
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. I'm just beast mode about this shit.
Here's the thing. I would never normally get like Burley drunk, where you got like a bottle to yourself gone.
You regret everything you said the day after. You know.
Yeah.
What did I say? Don't tell me. You know.
I haven't done that shit, dude, since I was like in my early 20s when I didn't understand what my limits were.
Here's the thing, dude. End of the year, that's kind of what we do. So get ready. Every end of the year on the Rage and Pillage podcast, we have one burner. Just a blackout show. To end the year. Just the good old blackout show. Go back
there's nothing wrong with that.
Go back and watch the end of 2023. It's a solid 4 hours of just the horriblest. If anybody watched that whole thing, I'd be surprised. Because it's just us being blackout drunk saying borderline very racist shit all the time. But it was beautiful because there was a white guy, an Asian guy, and a Hispanic. We covered all bases. We were good.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shame, if you mix, like the light brown and yellow, you don't get black, but it's okay.
Listen, dude, you don't want to muddy the waters, if you know what I mean. Huh?
I see what you did there,
dude. Have I talked about? I cannot remember. Have I talked about my dog getting fucked up?
No.
By other dogs?
No.
Have I told you about this?
You did not.
Oh, dude. Okay. All right. Story time.
Don't you have a little dog?
Yeah, one of my dogs is little, and that's the one that I walk every morning. Well, I did. So
he's a target. He's a walking target.
Yeah,
just
but
like
dude,
my
it's a neighborhood, dude. People should have it on leashes. The law says you have to have it on a leash. Fucking assholes. Anyways, I'm walking, and all of a sudden, dude, out of nowhere, dog, the same breed of dog as my big dog, a Malinois, right? Runs up, stares at my dog for half a second, and then just picks him up and just poof, takes off. Yanks him off the leash and collar. Going. So I'm just like, hey! I grabbed this collar, the leash that still had the collar attached, and I'm beating the shit out of this dog with it.
Holy shit!
He lets it go. I hear the owner of the dog go, hey! Dog immediately listens. That's one good thing about the Malinois. They listen. Yeah. Listens immediately, runs back. And then I don't confront the dude at that moment because my dog has taken off running. And my dog's not.
my
Yeah,
God.
my dog's not.
So round 2.
Well, yeah, my dog's gone, like down the road. I'm like, all right, I got a choice here: fight this fucking guy, or make sure my dog doesn't. My dog's not street smart; it's gonna get hit by something. So I just take off. All I hear in the distance as I'm running off is "sorry." Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so immediately look at the dog. The dog's got this giant bloody thing hanging off the side of his belly. Fucking yeah. I'll put the pictures here if I remember. And I take it to the emergency vet. I have to call in work. This is a Friday morning. I have to call into work. I gotta take my dog to the vet. Drive 45 minutes to the nearest emergency vet I can find. Get there. This fat fucking vet nurse opens the door. I'm the only one there. Opens the door. Yeah, it's a 24-hour place. Our doctor's not here, so we can't serve anybody. Fucking.
Meanwhile, your dog's like
dog's just
skin is hanging off.
No, weird. Here's the weird thing. No open wound. It's like a giant. I'm not exaggerating. This big around of like a blood-filled sack, just filling with blood on the side of his body. So it wasn't out, but it was just like imagine the biggest blood blister you've ever seen. You know, blood blister, right? When you get a big pinch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's just growing. And it started off like gray, but now it's bright red with like fresh blood, right?
Oh.
So she's like, "Is it emergency?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think so. I don't know what the." I'm 99% sure I'm not coming home with a dog, and I did not want to have to explain that to my kid. You know, that was her puppy that she got as a little kid. So meanwhile, I'm losing my shit here. So she gave me she's like, "Is it emergency?" I said, "Yeah, I think so." And so she gives me, "Okay, well, this place should be open." I look at it, and then I'm like, "Holy shit, this is another 45 minutes away."
Jesus
This is
Christ.
an hour and a half from my house. And I'm like, there's no fucking way. So there is a vet near my house, but they don't open till 8. Meanwhile, this happened at 6 in the morning. I'm on the road by 6:30 trying to find a vet. I'm like, at this point, I might as well just go back to my house at the vet and just sit there and be the first person at the door. Sure enough, I get there 7:30-ish. And they're already letting people in. I'm like, "Hey, we're getting in this motherfucker." So I ran in there, and they really hooked it up. The only appointment they could give me was 10 o'clock, but when I told him the situation, he was inside of a room in like 10 minutes. It was pretty sweet. But luckily, ain't X-rays and everything else. Luckily, dog's not fucked up. Had to take a whole bunch of medications and some fucking pain meds and all this shit. Fucking $300 and some odd later.
You don't have pet insurance? Look, you know I work in insurance, brother. Like, my dogs.
You gonna try to upsell me on the podcast, dude?
No, I don't sell it. That's a different thing of insurance. But like my dogs, I have a vet plan. So anytime I take up my dogs to the vet and they get and if they get any of their shots and shit, $0. That's like $40 a month each for each of my dogs. And then they each have unlimited insurance. It's fucking expensive. I pay like $180 a month for total, but it's got a $500 deductible. They can fucking snap a leg. I ain't paying shit.
Oh, so I want you to know that this conversation happened without my kids around. I had to pull my wife to the side. I'm like, "All right, me and you need to establish the dollar amount right now that says what we're coming. Are we coming home with a dog or not? Okay." Because I was raised with dogs are free. That's how I was raised. You know, dogs are free. We'll get another one. The amount of dogs my family put down because they just got a little sick would blow your mind. So one dog had seizures, and finally my mom was just like, "We're taking it and putting it down." I'm like, "All right."
My dog's had seizures now for 5 years.
Yeah. This one, I mean, did they just lay out on the floor and just kind of seize out?
Nah, so they're not like grand mal seizures, which is like the seizures that they lose their limbs, they start fucking, freaking out. She just she knows when she's gonna have one. She finds us, she lays down, she shakes a bit. I mean, I give her, she takes human. There is no dog seizure meds. She takes human seizure medication.
Here's a fun fact. I didn't even know there was seizure medication even for humans. I thought you just had to kind of Hope for the best.
Yeah, no, there is many different seizure meds. Some are very toxic. Like the one she was on for a long time is toxic to the blood. So she would have to get like her blood checked every 6 months to make sure her liver's like, you know.
I'm remembering. Is somebody in your family seizury?
My stepdad is
shaky.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I knew. I said seizure and she popped up.
Well, he's got bipolar. So he has to take anti-seizure meds because the medicine he takes for his bipolar can give him seizures. It's like
Jesus Christ,
it's like a catch-22.
Our bodies are fucked up, dude. Okay, all right. So I gotta finish the story because the ending will make you laugh.
And my dog's dead. End of story.
Ta-da!
Hey!
No,
we got a new puppy yesterday.
No, you know what? That is way better.
That's how you should end it.
Here's Scrappy Doo. That was a fucking get clean bill of health. They're basically just like keep the dog from licking it. It's fine.
As soon as you walk them out, they're immediately trying to lick it. They're like,
yeah, exactly. So the dog's on bed rest for a few days, and then immediately I'm just like, how do you kill a dog? Not my dog, that man's dog. The thoughts going through your boy's head were wild.
Vengeance will
Dude,
be mine.
it was bad. I was like, okay, I could go and... So I walk by this house. I do cardio twice a day, so I'm walking by this guy's house 4 times a day. There and back, right? I've scoped out this guy's house so hardcore, dude. Like, I know how many cameras he has. I know where they're pointed. You know, I know fucking the whole situation. I mean, okay, I can't poke out all his tires. Can't throw anything like flammable into his house. None of that. It's all caught on camera. But you know what I can do? I was thinking about this. I could lightly, on a walk by, just act like I'm stretching, and just salt and pepper his yard with raisins. You know how toxic raisins are to dogs? You would never see raisins in your yard, dude. In grass, you would never see them, and your dogs would just eat them because they're sweet and tasty all over the ground. Oh man,
that's a good one.
He would be so confused, like, what's going on?
You could just make like a rat poison meatball, bro. Just fucking chuck a meatball in from like 10 yards away.
Yeah, there's that too. I didn't think about that.
He's probably like looking at his cameras and he just sees this guy every day.
He sees me walking
past his house with a fucking notepad. Like,
oh, dude, I have taken pictures with my phone. I've done everything. I got every angle down.
I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
I have been casing in. This is evidence. I don't even know why I'm saying it on the podcast. No,
with
so
that
yeah.
dog.
No, but yeah, but here's the problem though with the rat poison thing. I want to make sure that I would rather his dogs die than a squirrel get a hold of that fucking meatball. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's got like a little kid that's like, you know, out in the yard.
Hold on, you like meatballs, little fella? Are you his favorite kid?
Are you? Oh, you're the middle kid. You're fine.
Yeah, you'll be all right. Which one's who's the firstborn? That's the one we want to take out.
Yeah.
So it gets better. A couple of days later. Oh, the very next day. Sorry, nope. 2 days later, because that happened on a Friday. On Sunday, I see this dude in my neighborhood. He's walking his dog. His dog's about the same size as my dog. They got fucked up, and he lives right next door to the guy with the dogs. And I saw him walking his dog, and I said, "Hey, dude!" I kind of pulled up on it. He's a black dude in my neighborhood, so he's probably like, "What the fuck's going on?" I was like, "Hey, dude, look out! That guy right there. His dogs will fuck up your dog." He's like, "Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Like every time I see him out, I go the other way." I was like, "Yeah, fucking make sure." The very next day after that, Monday night, I'm walking by myself, doing my cardio, and I see that guy walking his dog. I'm like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" Just kind of kept it walking, and then that dude's dogs came out. Whew, straight at that guy's dogs. Straight at that guy's dog on a leash. So I just started going, hey! Fucking about the time I said hey, the owner of the vicious dogs calls his dog, hey, and they go back immediately. They listen. And I said, why aren't they on fucking leashes, dude? They came when I called them. I said, your dog's fucked up my dog on Friday. I know you were out here. You were out here. He pauses. You're never going to believe this. He pauses. You know what his response was?
Your dog's a pussy?
No. He goes, you don't have to cuss.
What?
I went, oh, you're a bitch. and he just walked inside. I looked at the dude next to me. I was like, you good, bro? He's like, yeah, I'm good. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
What?
You don't have... I haven't seen him outside since. And I walk by that house daily, bro. Daily. But I did get this.
What a pussy.
Did get this. This is why you can't give me weapons, dude. This is dog pepper spray. You can't give me weapons. I have never once been scared on my cardio walks or even startled by all these dogs that I see. I just walk past them. Now I'm so quick to be like, hey, I'll get you, dog. I'm ready to go. Fucking, I'll get you. Get out of here. That's me.
You're gonna forget. You're gonna forget and be like, oh shit.
Oh, dude, have you ever gotten pepper spray on you?
No.
It sucks.
I think I told you this story where I accidentally had the pepper spray in my pocket, and I rubbed it on my nose, and I was in like heated pain for like 9 hours.
That'll do it. Imagine that in your eyes, how it's meant to be used. It's so bad.
My mom was a correctional officer. They had to. That was
do
like
it
that's
on purpose.
That's like part of the thing. She had to take her contacts out and set them aside, and they're just like point blank range, spraying you in the eyes, and then there's a bucket to wash your eyes out. It's like, but you're fucked up for like 3 days.
Yeah, I mean, is it worth it?
No.
There's no way, right?
Do you know anyone that's a correctional officer?
No, but I've known cops that had to do it, and they said it sucks. You know,
you get fucking coughed on, jizzed on, poop thrown at you. I mean, humans are dirty.
Turning me on.
I might have just looked through your fucking Pornhub history, but
did you see that British? Did you see that British bitch that got fired for fucking the dudes in the cells? Corrections officer.
No.
Oh, dude, we're watching this. She's like a cop, and she just fucking the two dudes in the cell, and they're filming it, and like she doesn't give a shit. It's crazy.
Did you see the British? Speaking of British ladies, while you're looking this up, did you see the British lady that killed her parents, and they were dead for like 4 years before the cops got her? And she's telling them where everyone is. She's like, "Oh yeah, I knew this day was coming. This one's up here. That my mom's a little harder to get." And they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, lady?"
Damn.
Yeah. She's like, "I knew this day was coming." It's like, wouldn't you smell your fucking parents as they're like,
I think,
decomposing in the fucking wall?
You know what the problem is? I don't know how to find anything that's fucked up without it being on Twitter. Or X, as they say. How would I even look this up on Twitter? Some of my bitch.
You'd have to probably look by maybe hashtag or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck it. Anyways, it's low-key. Kind of a hot video. Because, dude, she doesn't give a shit, dude. It starts off with these two dudes in a cell just kind of smoking and talking, and then he turns the camera around and she's blowing one of them. And then in a few minutes later, she's got her pants down just fucking. It's crazy. And then it went national news. It's crazy.
I mean,
good for her.
That's gotta happen more than not, I would think.
It has to be so easy to get a blowjob if you're a male corrections officer in a female prison.
I would imagine your looks, if you're a 6 in real life, that's got to give you a +2 at least, right?
If I'm a 2 in real life, like I am now, just the presence of a throbbing dong in an all-ladies prison. I mean, dude, I would clean up in an all-girls school as a teacher. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the same thing, you know? Till they start letting them trannies in there.
Speaking of teachers, did you see, like, the crazy shit about fucking Waltz? Apparently some kid's coming out saying that, like, he took him to a concert, told him he was gay, eventually blew him. And the kid's like 14.
Which one is Waltz?
It's the VP for Kamala.
Okay.
But he apparently lost his teaching job because he got a DUI. And he got a DUI after, like, hanging out with this kid or something. He was drinking.
Let's pull up the story. How do you spell it? WALTZ?
WALZ. Just Z. I think it's just Z, yeah.
Walls. I'm going to type in Walls Kid Concert. Maybe that'll pull up something. Tim Walls and his gay wife. Tim Walls and his wife, Gwen, took a gay student to an Indigo Girls concert in the 90s. That checks out. Minnesota governor, vice interviewed in the New York Times this week. Jacob Wrighton, a former student of his wife and him. What? Okay, I'm going to share the screen here. You're going to like this. I need to know what this means. What is this?
Can I zoom in?
Do you see it?
His wife Gwen Wall's Knee Whipple.
What's that? Is that her maiden name, Knee Whipple? Because that's hilarious. Gwynny Nipple.
That's actually. It sounds like a slave owner's name.
Gwynny Whipple. Jesus.
I mean, considering who they are, they probably did. It's slaves.
Wrighton said
somewhere.
He had been subjected to homophobic abuse by other students and confided in Ms. Walls. And he was gay and gave him confidence to come out to his parents and eventually the whole school. When did they fuck? 2024, that kind of concern well-being students that get you called groomer. Oh, he's a groomer.
Yeah. See, I don't see it anywhere, but I saw it on... I should have probably saved it.
This sentence is hilarious. Waltz has come under heavy fire from the far right from former President Donald Trump, accusing him of being very into transgender. He's very into transgender.
I was there. I saw it.
Oh, that's from them.com. Of course it's not going to be the best source. All right,
I wonder how expensive that .com was.
I mean, depends on how early you got in on it.
I forget now.
Man, I tell you what, this far left media is really blocking this story, dude. There's nothing but a bunch of pro-gay shit going on.
Well, yeah, because I saw it on Twitter, so I don't know. But it's apparently super. Like the guys came out and say he doesn't want like any. I don't know if he's anonymous or whatever, but he say he doesn't want any publicity from it, but he doesn't want to see someone that sexually abused him every day for 4 years on TV. It was his.
Find that
thing.
story. That's the one we need to be pushing. That's hilarious.
I'll find it on Twitter.
It's hard to find things on there.
Well, I think I might have liked this story. Maybe.
Dude, I've been listening to a pretty good podcast. Speaking of government shit, it's called Revolutions, and it's all about like revolutions in the past. Pretty good so far. Right now, we're going through the third English Civil War. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Prince Charles II, a real piece of shit. Piece of shit.
In the honor of, or in the spirit of Halloween, I decided to listen to American Psycho, the book.
How's that?
It's weird because I'm so used to what's his face being Bateman.
Yeah.
That I don't know if I could even listen to it. It's weird. Like he just plays Bateman so good, and obviously I didn't know it was a book, to be honest with you. But someone told me the book is way better. It has a lot more to it. And but like literally, dude, I know they're trying to paint a picture of him being a psycho, but like they go over in the movie he goes over his routine.
Yeah.
In the beginning, and it's like it's like 2 or 3 minutes, right? He's talking about what he does in the shower and his workout routine. Well, like in this, it's like it's like half a chapter that they're saying all of the things that he does, and then every time they like talk about, anytime in the book they talk about the things he owns, he goes into like vast amounts of detail about a VHS player. It's like,
well, I think that's why in the movie he was talking about I have to go return some VHS tapes or videotapes or whatever he says over and over again in the movie. I have to go return some videotapes.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, it's like.
To be fair, did you ever watch or listen to Fight Club? That's another one that's like the movie's good enough. The movie's good enough.
Really?
I tried. You know?
I mean, like, I guess I'm spoiled because, like, obviously, like, the Harry Potter books were really good. The movies were really good, but the books are better.
Did you listen to the books?
I've read the books. I didn't listen to them.
No, if you listen to them,
I read the books.
Listen to them, they're even better. You know why? Because you got voice actors showing up and they're like, "Hello, I'm Mr. So-and-so." You know, it's fucking this rules. This rules. You know?
Some audiobooks do really good with that, and they have some really good actors that just, you know, what's the one? Did you get Audible again or no?
No. Dune had really good voice actors. I enjoyed that one.
I got Dune 1 to listen to it, but it's 20 hours, so I haven't started it yet.
Oh, I killed Dune before the new ones even came out. The Dune books are top tier for me.
Are they? I got to listen to it. I got the first one. If you like audiobooks, there's a series called Impact Winner. It's I think it's an Audible original. It's free if you have Audible. But it's basically about like the end of days happen and a meteor hits Earth, and it's covered like, you know, it's winter everywhere basically because of the ash and shit. And then there's these. They're vampires, but it's like a spin on vampires, and there's like a vampire hierarchy and all this other crazy shit. And but they have really good. They're on the third chapter of it, like the third. It's not really a book; it's more of a series. So they're on the third in the series, and like there's actors like from like
Game of Thrones people.
Yeah. It's really good. Like, and they're short. They're 4 or 5 hours or 6. It's like not like a 20-hour thing, so you can get through them pretty quick. But if you're into that type of shit, I'm not like the biggest vampire fan.
Let me give a vampire story.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was kind of played out because I did. Yeah, it's going to be super gay. I'm sure I'm going to get flack for it, but I did read all the Twilight books when I was younger, and they were very gay.
Sparkly vampire jizz.
They were very gay.
And pedophiles. They were pedophiles, right?
Very gay. Maybe the most gay I've ever seen.
They're really into transgender.
We're going to show up on them.com tomorrow. They're like, and we're
Please.
Two podcasters.
Let's go. Any news is good news. Let's go.
But yeah, if you're into that, like if you like a good one, it's super dark. And the voice acting's fucking top notch. It's got to be. I listen to a lot of books. It's got to be like top 3 for me in terms of like voice acting. Oh yeah. Voice acting's really good.
It looks like
storyline's good.
From what I read, it's available on Apple Podcasts. So I'll just open that up.
Yeah, check it out. I think you'll like it. Let me know what you think. And the listeners, let me know. Did anyone listen to our Patreon episode?
Not yet. I almost released it today just to say we have a podcast from last week. Real bummer. We didn't even apologize for that. Sorry, everybody. But for sure, go fuck yourself. This is free.
Dude, it's been rough for me. It's been rough for me with mine, bro. Like I had someone stiff me, and then 2 weeks ago I had someone stiff me again. So like, I was over the past like 3 weeks. But it's weird because this month for my podcast, and we're only halfway through it, I'm like 20 downloads away from my highest downloaded month ever.
Hell yeah.
Like randomly one day I had 90 episodes downloaded.
So where can they go to find that?
Oh, that's on drinkaclock.com.
Oh, hell yeah.
But no, it's dude,
90 downloads in a day?
Yeah.
No shit. I've never had that. That's sick.
I don't know if like if you look at my graph, it's like, you know, I get a couple a day. You know, it's like this. It's like whoop, and then like 30 the next day. I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? You know,
who was the guest that day?
No, I had no episode that week.
But who was the? Does it tell you which one they were all listening to?
No, it was all over the place.
Really? Okay.
Like, yeah. So I mean, it could be a couple people like downloading the book that I have. You know, all my episodes. I don't know.
Every once in a while, I get a giant spike, and it's because one of the comics that was on my show finally does something big, and I was like, there we go. You know, I got them when they were small.
That's the best time to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's weird how that happens because, like, you know, some days you're just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I doing this? And then
yeah,
you know, it just like gives you a little bit of push. You know,
it's at this point, it's like I just need to be able to talk to somebody during the week. If this takes off, let's let it take off. But I don't know what else to do.
I told you when we didn't have it last week. T-Dog over there, she's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, yeah. Like, I was just... Because it's where I could, like, you get out, like, all the shit that you just kind of, like, see and hear over the week, you know?
It was total meltdown central at my house. Like, I texted you, like, a minute before. I said, if we turn the mics on, it's going to sound like we are abusing my child. And it was crazy, and it really bummed me out because I just sat at my desk, just like, God damn it! I was so mad.
Have kids. They said it would be great. They said.
Hey, isn't Ben Franklin a Philly guy?
He is.
Okay. Do you know the story about like the American Revolution and Ben Franklin, like how like that came to be?
I know bits and pieces, but not enough. Probably enough to be dangerous.
This podcast is pretty cool. On there, so Ben Franklin was kind of a fucking loved America, really loved England. He was down. So England calls him back, kind of being pissy, right? And they put him at, you know, like they have like that Parliament floor thing where everybody stays on both sides and kind of yells at each other.
Yeah.
Well, they invited him to come back and speak, but really what they brought him back for was him to stand in the middle and them all just talk shit and make fun of him for like a few hours, right? So he just sat there quiet, dude. Didn't even argue, just took all the fucking ear beating, sailed all the way back to America. He's like, yeah, fuck them. We're going to war. That's basically what happened. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Ben Franklin was like, yeah, go fuck yourself. We're all going to war. Fuck all of England. Every one of them. And he was pro-England before that, dude. They just picked the wrong fucking guy.
It was like the wrong guy, the wrong day, and the wrong situation.
Yeah, dude. I forget all the details why. I'm still working my way through this podcast. It's pretty good, but yeah, it's pretty. He's just like, yeah, go fuck yourselves. We're going to fucking war.
I might go back to. I just started listening to a book about the history of bourbon, like the history of whiskey.
Yeah, you've been talking about that one.
No, I finished that. That was Pappy Land.
The Pappy one. How was that?
Yeah, it was good. It was good, man. I mean, it was stuff I didn't know, like, and a lot of stuff about like some of the bigger companies, like, you know, that own the brands, and the way they talk about the way, like, you know, Pappy and all those guys, how they were talking about whiskey, just kind of makes you appreciate good whiskey, because they say it's like, you know, having good whiskey's like, it like brings back, you know, memories. It's like the taste. It's like listening to an old song, you know. Wow. And a lot of people are kind of like chasing that good whiskey because it brings them back in time, basically. But you have too many of these big brands now that, you know, they don't give a fuck. They're just trying to, you know, turn a profit. So you're not getting the same quality shit. Yeah. You're getting gay songs and
for sure, great song.
Definitely a great song.
It'll be remembered forever. Mr. Worldwide.
But the Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
The book I'm reading now is like about the history of whiskey, and I think it's mainly in America. But
yeah,
I listened to it for like maybe half a chapter before I'm like, let me try America. It's like I might have to switch back because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it.
Is whiskey just America's version of Scotch?
Yeah, and in fact, America in the '70s coined it as as theirs, like they invented it, basically.
Wait, whiskey is not an American product, right? Bourbon is.
Yeah, bourbon.
Okay.
But here's the thing. I didn't know this, but did you know that we had a fucking rebellion for whiskey back in the day?
Explain, because I feel like I might know this. Give me some.
So it was called the Whiskey Rebellion. I want to say it was in the 1700s, but it might have been early 1800s. But basically, the government needed, the farmers were the ones that were brewing it because they had all this extra product. So like, fuck it, we'll just make booze. So they were making booze, and the government's like, well, we need to tax more shit. So they decided they were going to put a tax on, the whiskey barrels and shit.
Yeah.
So then there was this whole, whiskey trade, and the farmers were rebelling and shit, and they had to literally send in the army. Like, and like a former, I forget which president, or I guess he was going to be president, had to like go in and they had to quell the rebellion.
No shit.
Because it was like right after we formed, because all the people were pissed off about America. Like, they just got out of the British control. They didn't want to be under another federal or another government control. So all these states were operating separately. So then when everyone agreed to become, the United States, then the government started taxing more shit. And they're
that's
like,
the whole
fuck
reason
you.
that war was fought was like, fuck taxes. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, nah, fuck you. We're not doing it. And they had to like send in, I want to say
1800s you said, or 1700s?
I think it was the 1700s. Like, it was like almost right after we became an independent whiskey. It's in 1794. So I was at like right in the... So
what else happened in 1794? Keep talking. I'll look it up myself. I'm being lazy. My bad.
So the militia, it was 13,000 people, had to be called in by George Washington, and it was led by Alexander Hamilton.
What? Okay.
And they marched into Western Pennsylvania.
The black one or the white one?
That's a. You know what? I don't know.
You didn't get that joke?
I'd imagine. Oh, yeah, I got you.
Come on now. Come on now. Hey. Ooh.
But apparently it was. And I didn't even realize it happened in Western Pennsylvania. It was one of the first major tests of the authority of the U.S. government.
The amount of history that you have under your feet, and you're just like willy-nilly about it, is crazy to me.
And I don't give a fuck. I've never
It's
seen
crazy to me, dude. In Texas, it's so crazy that we all know our history so well. Part of our what's it called? I'm about to talk about school shit, and I couldn't think of curriculum.
Yeah.
Part of our curriculum is instead of history class, we have a full year of school mandatory of just Texas history. Yeah, like in school year, it was our 10th grade year. I don't know what year it is at every school, but yeah, our 10th grade year was, instead of social studies, you get Texas history. And you are going to learn everything about Texas. That's how much we love Texas here, dude. You are sitting on the original of America. You're one of the OG colonies, correct?
Yeah.
Why don't you know these things? You just like, fuck the Liberty Bell, fuck Rocky, fuck those stairs. Fuck
those stairs. Well, as a fat kid, it's a natural enemy. It's stairs. Right?
Well, don't you have like some dope ass museums and shit there? And I know the other day you told me you don't like fuck with museums. And I didn't even get to bring up my topic because that day I wanted to talk about like, you ever thought about looking at art? Because I'm kind of interested in art. I want to go peep out some art. And then right before that, you're like, fuck art. It's gay. It's like, I don't want to be gay right now, so I'm not going to talk about that.
That takes care of my topic of the day. No, I like museums. It's just, there's certain parts of history that I like, that I'm attracted to, and then there's other parts of history I could care fucking less about. I don't give a shit about the Liberty Bell. Like, that doesn't entice
I'll be
my
honest, I don't even
history
know why
boner.
it's there. I don't know why it's cracked, and I don't understand the significance of the Liberty Bell.
Yep, I don't know what the fuck it is either. I know it's
Does
like
T-Dog
fell. T-Dog. Do you know what the Liberty Bell is? Yeah, like, why is it a Liberty Bell?
Why is it significant?
She doesn't know either. Sorry, so we all don't know. Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Fuck it, now we need to know.
Like...
Keep talking.
Google!
Yeah,
Google! Oh, my God.
It's going to be something stupid.
She said she thinks it's more important
y'all are on a fault
to know
line?
why there's a crack in it.
Y'all are on a fault line. The Liberty Bell, previously called the State House Bell or Old State House Bell. I should probably share the screen, eh? Share screen. My N-word. Okay. Can you see that all right? I'll zoom in a bit for you.
Yeah, now I can.
The bell was commissioned in 1752 by Pennsylvania Provincial Assembly from the London-based firm Leicester and get to the what the fucking point. Although no immediate announcement. All right. Why is the Liberty Bell significant?
It's a good thing you left Liberty Bell in there, because if you type in why, it's probably like, why?
Why?
Why am I alive?
The Liberty Bell is a symbol of liberty. Fuck you, dude. Freedom and independence. This has been important to Americans for 200 years, except for Max.
Except for me.
It's a symbol of unity. Is a familiar symbol of freedom in the United States. It was ordered by the Pennsylvania to commemorate the 50-year anniversary of the Charter of... What's the Charter of Privileges?
No idea.
It was to be installed in 1752. And why is it cracked? Let's find that out. How did the Liberty Bell get cracked? The Liberty Bell cracked for the first time when it was first tested. Oh, dude, that's hilarious. Imagine paying for a bell and as soon as you fucking use it once, crack.
That's actually hilarious. The guy's like, oh.
That's so Philly. That's so Philly.
I wasn't expecting you to hit it that hard.
Yeah, dude.
It's more of a for show bell.
Oh, man, that's funny. The bell was recast twice by local metal. Dude, it took 3 tries to make a bell.
That's actually hilarious.
And they just left the crack. They're like, it's impossible to make a bell. How Philly of them. Bells are impossible. Fuck it.
And then I think it got fucked up too because people kept touching it, so they had to put it's like encased in plastic.
Oh, is it?
Now. Yeah, you can't like touch it because people were fucking it up.
Wait, hold on. I need to look this up real quick. Where is this located? Okay, this is in Massachusetts. Okay, have you ever been to Plymouth Rock?
I have not.
You know what Plymouth Rock is, right?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Okay, what do you think it looks like before you look it up?
In my head, I'm picturing just a giant boulder.
Look it up.
Is it a little pebble?
It's a piece of shit, dude. It sucks. And I just found this out within like the last year. A friend of mine went and he sent me a picture. I'm like, that's it? That's
what?
Plymouth? Yeah, show it on the screen, dog.
I've seen rocks bigger than this.
Yes, dude. This is what...
Hold on.
Man, these pilgrims are fucking stupid, dude. But yeah, I was very tripped out. Like, that's it. Yeah. Get some different pictures, like, because there's like a little cage around it. It's so small. Get it next to a human. It's fucking crazy.
All right, hold on. It's not gonna let me. Forgot I didn't share my.
I think we're pretty much a history podcast now, dude.
Yeah, we're kicking a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, I think we might be the best. Are you a Bing guy? That's
No,
good.
God.
All right. Yeah, that's it. That's it, dude. That's it. Isn't that nuts? Isn't that nuts?
That ain't shit. My neighbors have bigger rocks.
So that took out the fucking Santa Maria or something, dude. Fucking Mayflower got hit by that.
I mean, I guess their boats weren't like oh my god, these fucking ads, bro.
Dude, you got to get yourself a pop-up blocker by Norton. No, not Norton. NordVPN. It blocks everything. You do?
Really? Yeah, I just don't. I don't tend to use it on this stuff because it slows me down.
Oh man, I'm gassy as shit. Do you hear that?
Was that you farting?
Yeah.
That is incredible. I thought the seat was moving.
No, that was all me. But I've been
Did you
pounding.
shit your pants?
No. I've been eating 100 grams of beans with every meal. I'm eating 4 meals a day now. I'm pounding fiber like a motherfucker.
That is absurd, sir.
I'm farting so much. It's crazy.
You might need an extra pair of MeUndies.
You'd be surprised, dude. I shit one shit, it just flies out of me. It's a one wiper, which is, at our age, a rarity.
I haven't had a one wiper in 20 years.
Yeah, dude. It's a one wiper, and then I'm off to the fucking races, dude. I haven't had a skid mark in months. Fucking rules.
Wow.
When was the last time you had a skid mark?
Probably last week.
Yeah. It used to be a normal thing. There was a couple times where I thought about throwing my underwear away so the wife didn't see them.
Dude. Just make sure the lights are off.
One time, this was years ago. This was the height. That was probably 2 years ago. At the height of my heavy drinking, in this very chair, I must have just been farting all night with just leaky farts, right? And I got up and I looked at the chair behind me. There was a poo strip on the chair. Not a poop, but like it soaked through my boxers onto the chair, like it is stripped, like right where my ass crack was. I was like, I am a disgusting pig. I'm fucking disgusting.
I think I need to make a change.
Yeah,
a year later.
It took a while, but yeah, it was fucking wild, dude. I was like, I am a piece of shit.
Alcohol fucks your gut biomes up, dude. So like, it just decimates them and fucks them all up. So like, you're just never going to shit normally if you're drinking. It just doesn't happen.
It's I remember let's dig deep here. I remember having the come to Jesus moment while I'm hammered of like I think I just have what's it called where you can't control your asshole? What's it called? You have like a leaky ass. What's it called? What's that shit called?
I don't fucking know.
Hold on.
There's something funny about a leaky asshole. I don't know what it is.
A leaky butt syndrome.
Was it IBS?
No. It's funny. Leaky butt syndrome is it here? Irritable bowel syndrome. No,
IBS.
No, that's not it. Fecal incontinence. Yeah, I thought I had incontinence, dude. Because it was just day after day of just having skid marks. And I'm like, I don't remember farting all day. Am I just leaking out of my asshole?
Your body's like, I'm dying slowly.
But I had that drunk talk with myself, like, I guess this is just you now, Burley. This is just your life now. You have incontinence.
You're just a leaky asshole.
Yeah, I just have a leaky asshole. I'm just gonna be sad about it the rest of my life. Okay, that might be the name of the episode, by the way. Leaky butt syndrome.
What happened with the new house, man? Are you guys still doing that or what?
Yeah, I will tell you about that. It is still happening. I keep finding shit. Also, they haven't started building the house in the area that we want yet. But I also keep finding shit. I.e., moved my daughter's bed, and the dog, when it was a puppy, went under her bed and destroyed the carpet underneath the bed. Down past the pad, down to the fucking concrete.
Jesus.
Son of a bitch. So now I've got to figure out how much it costs to recarpet a room. Can't be cheap.
Yeah, but it's also not like terrible.
Do you think it's like $1,000?
Oh yeah, I mean, how big is the room?
10 by 10, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably talking, especially now, dude. Just to get anybody out to do anything for a house, yeah, you're probably talking at least $1,000.
Yuck.
I mean, you could go for cheap shit.
I think I just want to get good enough.
Yeah.
Match it as close to the other rooms as possible, and then just call it good enough.
I mean, it's someone else's problem at that point.
Then I'm starting to look at different houses, and I'm like, man, are we making the right choice on this other house that's being built? I have a hard time pulling triggers fast. So.
Unless it's your dick in a vagina. Got it.
No. My pull-out game is strong, sir. There's a reason. There's a reason there's a good 8 years gap between my kids. Kids, no, I better not. You know.
I've been doing that with T-Dog for 13 years, and I just think my sperm are dead. I think I don't have swimmers. I have lazy rivers. That's my sperm.
I think about getting that done all the time. Getting the old snipperoo. Seems like a whole thing.
Snippy Snipperson. Yeah.
Plus, I want it to all be the same. I always want to know that I could just. The fear is fun. Like, ooh, I like risk. You know, I'm like a Catholic priest, dude. It's risky. I like it. You know.
I hope no one finds out.
Yeah. So I'm killing dogs, and hey, I'm in the fucking confession booth. Let's go.
Dude, I would have punched that dog right in the face.
Dude, it was one of those things where it happened fast, dude.
Yeah.
All I know is that I was able to beat him with the head of a fucking collar, and then I needed to go get my dog. That he never stopped, by the way. I had to run over a mile chasing him all the way home. He would not stop, and he always listens. At one point, I was like, "Hey, sit." He started to slow down. He almost sat, and then right when I got close to him, right.
He's like, nah, fuck that. That dog might be there. I'm out.
Well, that's exactly what he was thinking, I'm sure. But at the same time, I'm just like, I'm glad he knows. Like, I was worried that he didn't know where we lived. Nah, he was there, dude. I came back just like
your dog was like fight or flight. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, he totally abandoned me, dude. Fucking, he was ready to. You can die.
Oh my god!
Do you think if you were getting attacked by dogs, your dog would stick around and try to fight them off, or is it gone?
I think they would try to fight him off. My dogs are weird, man. Like they're like the nicest dogs. Morgan has tried to snip at me like 3 times, and she's 9.
Yeah,
she'll be 9. So like, you know, I put her in her place each time she did. Dude, she used to, when she was a puppy, she was such a cunt. So we didn't have furniture. You know, we were living the bachelor life, and we didn't have a bed.
Air mattress
for like 3 years, and it would constantly pop, and we'd have to get a new one.
Now, wait, hold on. Did you pull the move where you buy the exact same air mattress, put the old one in it, and get your money back?
No, I did not do that.
Come on,
dude.
That
That is a very good trick.
I've done this, sir.
Have you ever woke up and the inflatable bed decided to not stay inflated, and you're just like, you wake up, you're like, what is going on?
As the big guy in the relationship, yes, I have. At a certain point, that person next to you is just on top of you because you're in the middle. You've made a giant hot dog bun out of the situation.
Yeah. That used to happen all the time, but I would be playing a game on the TV, and Morgan was probably, maybe she was a year, maybe she was 6 months. I forget what age, but she was annoyed that I wasn't playing with her. And every day I would take time because I wanted to teach her tricks. So like I would sit with her for like an hour, teaching her tricks. And I guess she was annoyed I wasn't paying attention to her. So she would run and she would get behind, and you know the soft spot. Well, most of the time it's soft, but like right here.
Yeah.
This area right here that's very sensitive. She would nip at it. Like just enough that it's like a pinch from like, you know, a sibling, you know? And she would run, she'd do the zoomies, dude, she's running like this. Stop. And I'm like, you little bitch, stop it. And she would do it. And it got to a point where I had to roll her over, and I'm like, if you fucking do this one more time. Yeah. And she's like, what?
I would lose my mind on that.
Yeah, but she's the one time she was sleeping, and she was lying next to T-Dog, and I went to go give T-Dog a kiss, and she went, meh. And I'm like, don't ever fucking, she didn't touch me or anything, but she was like if I was closer, I might have got a little nip, and she can fucking bite, man.
What kind of dog is it again?
It's a Brussels Griffin. She's like 22 pounds.
You're just throwing out words that don't go together. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Look, Google it. They look like Ewoks from Star Wars, or Chewbacca if they their hair's long right now, so they look a little bit more like Chewie.
You went to a breeder for this thing? Okay. No,
Yeah.
it looks like a Shih Tzu with shorter hair.
It's also got like the pug face. You know,
How's
they got
the
the smush
breathing?
face. Not bad. They don't snore really. You know, they have a lot of snot. That's about it.
You have to clean food out of their face?
It's not like they have jaws. It's not like a total smush face. Like my boy dog, like he's got like a full jaw. Morgan doesn't have like a crazy jaw. It's kind of small. But yeah, she would be a fucking bitch, dude. But you know, I think like they don't like when other dogs are around us.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't get aggressive. He just barks and barks and barks. He doesn't want anyone near us. And I think he would, for sure, try to protect us. And he's like the nicest fucking dog ever.
My little dog is a shit talker. Thinks he's 10 foot tall.
My boy dog is too. Yeah.
My big dog, that's actually could be scary. Bitch made. It saw a squirrel and ran away the other day. It's a 70-pound dog, dude. It's fucking a big dog. It's bitch made, dude. Scared of cats, scared of any animal, scared of any people that are not us. It's fucking bitch made, dude.
My boy dog's the same way, bro. He's afraid of bags, loud noises. Yeah. Like if you do this to a bag, he's like he won't even sit next to you. He's just down like the hallway.
If I'm wearing sunglasses, all of a sudden I'm a stranger. It's fucking crazy. My dog loses his mind. It's fucking crazy. If I come in the front door wearing sunglasses, the dog's like, "What the fuck?"
So his sense of smell is not good either.
Come on, dude. It's fucking retard smell. Fucking terrible. Dude, where can people find you? We gotta go.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, Drink O'Clock Pod on all socials, Drink O'Clock Podcast, anywhere you listen to podcasts. Trying to get back to posting videos. I posted one today, which
Raptor Lady.
I felt like it was very appropriate for the time being. So you got to go on my YouTube and look at the thumbnail I made.
I need to do that. Okay, all right. Fuck it. We need to find somebody that's like a medium and do a seance on the show.
I would 100% be in.
Have you come across any of those yet in your travels?
I've interviewed 2 actually.
Oh, come on. Set it up, dude. Set up the one that's probably okay with black jokes.
See, the problem is they tend to be more liberal.
That's fine.
So,
we had trans person on the show. They're pure liberals.
That's true.
Yeah, dude. I just want to talk to Trayvon. Just want to see what he's up to. All right. I'm going to talk to the most liberal of the liberals, dude. Yeah.
MJ.
What are Skittles like in heaven, dog? All right, everybody. That was a good show. Talk to y'all later. Fucking
deuces, bitches.
peace. I'm going to press the right button this time.